All right, so we are starting our food safety handlers certification. So you should have gotten an email from me yesterday, and it should look like this. When you click on it, it should have a login link. It should have your username, which is going to be your email, and then a set password here. So what you're going to do is, first things first, is you're going to set your password. I didn't set anyone's passwords because I don't want to give you all the same password. I'd rather you choose your own. Now you can use your school email password if that will help you remember. We'll be working on this for about 2 weeks. There's 6 lessons and then there's the final exam. So, we're not going to stop and then come back, after a month or anything like that. But I just don't want you to lose your password because it's a big hassle having to redo your password, and I don't want you to get locked out of your account. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So you're going to reset your password. So click on that link, and it's going to take you there. Put in your whatever password you want. Confirm that password, and then reset. It has to be at least 6 characters long and have at least 1 letter and 1 number. So let me add some numbers. Oh, my passwords don't match. Alright, oops, there we go. So make sure that when you put your passwords in, they match, and then reset password. There we go. So going back to your email, you will log in. So you're going to use that login username that is your email, and then the password that you just made. So click here to log in. I'm actually going to log in with my practice one. Alright, so it's a success. You should have logged in. So if you do not have this screen, then you will need to figure it out why you don't. But you have successfully logged in. You're going to click continue. Alright, so this is your dashboard. This has your bulletin board. This has any files that you are, but this is the most important right here. This is the courses that you're taking. So right now you're taking the ANSI Food Safety for Handlers. So you're going to click on that, and you need to update your records. Now you should get, after this is done and you passed your exam, you should get a certificate in the mail, and your certificate will have your name printed on it, and this will be the address that it's mailed to. So what you need to do is make sure that it's all correct. Make sure it's spelled with capitalizations, all that good stuff. And then you're going to put whatever your address is, and then the city. Of course, we live in Pierre. That's the your phone number or your phone number, and then your birth date. Then you're going to click update my info. Alright, after you click update info, you should get a thank you, and then you can continue to log in. We're going to select our state. Make sure you choose the correct state, because if you choose the wrong state, it will lock that to your specific course. Each state has different food handlers criteria and information that they give out. So you don't want to choose Montana or Texas, because their information is going to be different than South Dakota, and all of the information in the packet may not correspond with, say, Iowa. So make sure that you have South Dakota clicked. Read through this, click accept,
Welcome to the R Serving Food Safety for Handlers course.
And then
Click
you'll
the
begin.
next button to begin.
Now, as you go through with your packet, you are going to need to click buttons. You are going to need to learn more about vocab terms by clicking it. Don't just sit there and listen to the video and then just click next, 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 next. It's a pretty intensive course, but I've broken it down so that it'll make you stop, it'll make you think about words, it'll make you think about terms, because these terms are going to be used in the quizzes, and they are going to be used in the final certification exam. So the more exposure you have, the better you are. So don't just try to fly through it and get it done. So as you go through, there's the next button here, there's the back button there. The PowerPoint slide is narrated, so you can listen to it, or if you don't want to hear it and you want to read it yourself, you can turn the volume down. You can click continue, it does the same thing as next.
Using the course. Below is information on how this course works. Please review this information by clicking on the topics listed below. To continue on to the course material, click the next button in the upper right-hand corner, or the continue.
So, as she's talking to you, these are what I'm talking about. You'll have to click on to learn more about things. Okay.
Course introduction.
I'm going to skip just a little bit just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. At the beginning of every lesson is a survey. Now, they don't expect you to know the answer. It's kind of a pre-test. So, answer to your best of your ability. So, I'm just going to pick one and then pick that. It's going to give you a correct answers out of how many that the quiz is. Don't worry. This is not graded. This is just so that you can kind of say, okay, you really do need to concentrate and follow this lesson. If you get 100%, that's great. You still got to go through the lesson. You still got to do the final quiz at the end of the lesson, and you got to do the final exam. So, but don't stress too much on this beginning quiz. Let's see. After this, here are the terms. So at the very beginning of the packet, you're going to have terms. So these are what I want you to go through and kind of jot down. I don't want it word for word. I want you to kind of put it in your own words to help you understand it. Okay, so I think that this has been a good introduction. So what you're going to do is you're going to get started on the packet. Again, we are trying to get through this whole lesson today. Tomorrow you'll be on lesson 2, which is personal hygiene, and then we'll continue on throughout this program. Next week we will be taking our final exam.